Coach, obviously, a lot of good things today. Mackenzie, Malik, in your eyes, not making any threes and the free throws, how big of a factor was that just down the stretch? Or did you see something else?
That was the difference. I mean, close games on the road, anywhere, you got to make free throws. We were 12 for 22, so that was not good for our ball club. And we missed them at critical times when we needed them. So, but I was pleased with the way we had a week to work and prepare for this team. This is a pretty good team. And I thought defensively we played a great defensive game, but when you're on the road, you got to do almost everything right to come out with the win.
Mike, go ahead. Mike, I recognize the result's not what you want, but especially after Purdue, after Wisconsin, then having that week to maybe kind of dig into some things. I think you even described it as soul-searching. Just how do you feel about, I guess, the fight, the stubbornness in your team's performance?
No, I mean, listen, I'm about winning, man. I want to win at all costs. But again, when you go through a Purdue game like we played in Wisconsin, where we played in spurts, I thought we were solid all the way through. We just didn't make the plays coming down the stretch. And, so that's promising. Hopefully when we get Big Fella back, I don't know if he's going to be back for Iowa game or not, but, we're going to try to get him going tomorrow if we can. And hopefully that can be some of the difference because we are, I think, a better team when we got him in there clogging it up a little bit.
Mike, what do you think was the biggest thing that Mackenzie got out of this game? A little bit of a step in the right direction for him.
Well, again, I mean, he's been solid, man. You think back to and where we started with him. He struggled, and, a lot of young players that come in this league in the college game, man, from high school, and it's not as easy as you think. And the Big Ten surely is not that easy. So, I think Mac has come a long way in terms of where he started and where he is today. He's just trying to do the right things on the floor. He's still learning. I mean, he's in that learning stage, man, from a defensive standpoint. He still has a way to go, but he's gotten better.
Mike, you were able to hold Illinois about 20 points below their average defensively. How were you able to do that?
Well, again, I mean, we had a week to prepare. I thought they followed the game plan tonight. Our switches, we didn't get burned as much when we switched. We switched up and made the correct defensive effort and plays that we needed to make. But it's, again, it's a fine line in winning on the road, man. I mean, you got to do almost everything right. Like make your free throws. Don't go 0 for 9 from shooting the three-point ball. And we had good looks. I mean, we just didn't make them.
Mike, you got a lot out of X tonight. You needed that. You've been talking about how you needed to get him rolling. He did a lot of good things tonight. Obviously, free throws late hurt, but what do you think about his performance tonight?
Well, again, I mean, it's promising. I mean, at the end of the day, if we're going to go anywhere, X and Gallo, I played Walker a lot tonight. I thought he had his moments, did a pretty good job for us. Our seniors are going to have to lead. I mean, our young freshmen and our sophomores, they're still trying to figure it out, and you can't lay it all on those guys because they haven't done it as long as these guys have done it. So I'm going to put it where it lies and try to get these guys to, get them to help them, win because they got to be a big part of it.
Your thoughts on Malik's game tonight?
Well, Malik's been solid, man. I mean, what can you say? He's a sophomore that's starting to figure it out. He's improved from the time he came in here as a freshman, and I can't help but think he'll continue to grow if he continues to work, which he does. So I'm pleased with Malik. We just got to get everybody involved that's playing. We got to get them playing at a higher level as well to help us win basketball games.
Coach, that smaller defensive lineup, did you like what you got out of it? And is that something you think we could see more down the line?
Well, again, I mean, when teams force you to do that, all Big Ten teams are not small playing like that. Illinois pretty much is the only team that plays like that. So they force your hand. It would have been interesting to see if Big Fella did play, where I could fit him in because, again, I could just put him at the rim like they do 80 and you just protect the rim, and we figure it out from there. But, I didn't have to do that tonight. I thought, our guys pretty much played a solid game based on the scouting report.
Last question, Zach.
Like you talked about Mackenzie earlier, and I recognize without Kalel and against Illinois, you're going to play a little bit smaller, but 12 rebounds, I mean, is that in your mind kind of evidence of just his engagement, the way he's reading the game, his effort?
Yeah, I mean, listen, man, you think back to when we started with him, really, and it was a struggle. I mean, he didn't know any defensive rotations. He's still struggling to guard his man when he's in a one-on-one position off the bounce, and that'll come, man. I just think he needs more reps at it. Sometimes you gotta fail to be successful, man, and I like his work ethic. When he's in practice, he gives you what he's got. But tonight you saw, a guy that was relentless on the board. He rebounded for us when we needed it, and he made tough shots inside. So I mean, I'm happy with Mac, man. I just think he's going to continue to grow and get better as the games go along.
Thanks, Coach.